Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we've been recommended this puzzle. Loads of, if you're thinking you're seeing dots before your eyes, they're there on the grid and they're sort of pinkish. They're called, they're described as red, and they're wild apples in the title of this puzzle. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Don't forget Patreon, where first of the month brings a new hunt, and it's Nurikabi puzzle pack by Blobs, and it's brilliant. Do check it out. It's going to be really fun to solve, and there's always loads of content on Patreon, from crossword videos, connections videos, extra Sudoku, and videos of the Sudoku solves of the month's puzzle of the month's reward. So we do try and bring rewards to our faithful patrons, and we thank especially the people who pay more than the minimum to support the channel. We're really grateful. And we're very grateful for anybody who tries our apps, because they are wonderful too, but they will be repaid by super puzzles and hints a go-go and all sorts of types of puzzles, including domino Sudoku and our latest Fog of War. Now, what else? We've got merchandise, we've got SVEN'S Sudoku Pad, but we've got the first link under the video, which is to Wild Apples by Fractal Minding, who I don't think has featured on the channel before. Now, the rules are very simple. Well, they're very short, but actually they're not very simple, so I take that back. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. And there are some given digits, 7 of them. Hurrah! Digits separated by a red dot are non-consecutive and contain 1 even and 1 odd digit. All possible red dots are given. So every possible instance of 2 orthogonally touching cells in this puzzle where there's 1 even and 1 odd, but they're not consecutive, is marked with a red dot. So the negative constraint is going to do work, and I don't need a reminder device for that, because it's going to be important from the beginning, I would imagine. Give this a try on the link under the video. I'm just guessing ahead. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So 6 is non-consecutive with, okay, let's colour, because I think that might help. I'm going to go with my lighter blue. I know some people can't see it, but I don't want to kind of flood the grid with heavy colours here. A lighter blue for the evens and orange for the odds. Now, this is odd. Yes, what we can do is take each apple and pair it up with the other colour on the other side, because that's part of the rules. That each apple is showing 1 even and 1 odd digit. So yes, we do get a little bit done straight away there. We might be able to use counting up colours. Yes, we can in row 1 to start with. We've got 3 blues, but we've already got 5 oranges. So that goes blue, and then we've got another apple. That's orange. Now, I'm looking for somewhere that's actually going to tell me a colour. I haven't found it yet. Yeah, this is, oh look, there's a run of 5 there. Yeah, okay, so there's 1 even in this box already there. There's going to be 1 even in that domino. How many evens are we allowed in this run of 5, which must alternate? We're only allowed 2 more. So they must go there and there. The other digits in that run are odd, and then these apples continue outside the box. Now this cell we know as well, just by counting up, because this is going to have 1 odd and 1 even. We need 1 more odd. And now in the column, we've got all 4 evens. Actually, we've had those for ages. I just didn't spot it. And that becomes odd. Now that's 1 of each. So this is 1 of each. And that's quite interesting. No, it's not. No, it's not. It doesn't tell me about these. Right, I haven't really done any work on numbers yet. I haven't thought about them at all, if I'm honest. Okay, this is the last even in the column, so that's 4. This is a 2-6 pair, but this is not allowed to be consecutive with 5. So, and this explains why there is no red dot between those because they are consecutive. So actually that's a good thing to look for, is blue-orange connections with no red dot. And there aren't any so far. Oh yes, there is. There was one here. So this can't be 1 or 3. It's also not 5 in the column. So that's 7 or 9. And there's another, actually 8 on both sides. Cannot be touching 7 or 9 because there's no red dot. It's quite hard to spot, I find, where there aren't red apples. I don't know if Isaac Newton ever concluded that. Anyway, 1 and 3 on that side. This is 7 or 9, but it mustn't be consecutive with 6. So that's a 9, that's a 7. This is 1 or 3. These are obviously from 4, 6 or 8. Now that's quite interesting. This digit can't be 5 or 7 because it would be touching either 4 or 6 and either 6 or 8. It's not actually that helpful, but in terms of what we've got here. Anyway, in this row we've got 1, 3 and 9. This mustn't be consecutive with 8. This mustn't be consecutive with 4. This mustn't be consecutive with 2. So that must be a 9. Oh, it's weird, this rule set. But I am sort of famous last words. Oh, utterly last words. I've got something wrong there. Okay, let's go back to where I started putting in numbers because I've done something wrong straight away. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I got 2 9s in the same box, and that's no good. So this is a 4 in this column. I'm going to trust the colouring to this date because I've really done nothing exceptional with that. Now, I think I got it wrong here, didn't I, somehow? I said these couldn't be consecutive with 8, but it's quite the opposite. Yeah, okay, just as I'm bragging I get the rule set, I find I totally don't. Okay, I'm so sorry. Right. The reason that these are allowed to touch is they are consecutive, not that they're not consecutive. So it is 7 and 9 sitting on both sides of the 8. I've got it entirely the wrong way around. This is now not allowed to be a 3 because there is a red dot. Yeah, I'm such a numpty. Anyway, let's just get back on track. This is not allowed to be a 2. No. It must be a 2 because there is a red dot. Okay, I take it all back. This rule set is very difficult to follow through on. This is not allowed to be 1 or 3 next to 2, so that's a 9. This is not allowed to be 3 next to 4. So it's where there are positive red dots that we don't have consecutivity. Is consecutivity a word? Now, I must know what this is because of this. 6 is next to 7. Otherwise, there would be a red dot between 6 and 9. So that's a 9. This is non-consecutive, so it's not 8. This now cannot be 5 because it would be consecutive with 4 or 6. So that's 1 or 7. This is 4, 6 or 8. I don't really know which. Right, this is not consecutive with 6, so it's not 7 or 5. This is not consecutive with 8, so it's not 9 or 7. It's also... No, it can be 5 because there's no marker there. Hang on. No, these do have to be consecutive. Yes, these are the things to look for. Where orange is next to blue without a red dot, they have to be consecutive. So these two have to be consecutive, and that's not a 1. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to go into, again, what a doofus I am. Let's just assume it's true. This is not 5 or 7 because this is a red dot, so non-consecutive. This is not 7 or 9. Right, I need to establish more colour. I need to find somewhere. It was good to find somewhere where there was a run of digits. So here, no, not so interesting. There's 1 even there. These two are 1 even and 1 odd to make up the numbers in this box. But it depends on what that is. Right, the digits I have available here are 3, 6, 7 and 8. Now that is quite interesting because any two of these are, okay, these do go odd, even. So I could colour those the same colour without knowing what it is yet, and those the other colour. And then I have to match them up. So these are non-consecutive, so got it. No, I haven't. Yeah, I have. These can't be odd. There we go. If greens were odd, that would be a 7-3 pair. But this would be 6 or 8. And whichever red dot was connecting 6 to 7 or 8 to 7 would be wrong. So those are actually even. And these are therefore odd. This one is 7 or 3. But there's no way it's 7 because it would connect to both of those. So that's a 3. That's a 7. And now these consecutives do work. Right, that 7 looks down at this cell and makes it a 1. This is a 5. It sees all the other 4 odd digits. It's not allowed to be consecutive through the red dot, so that's 8. Now we've got 4, 6, 7. These cannot be consecutive, so they must have a 4 in. They can't be the 6, 7 pair, so that's a 6. Now, if this was, which one? If this was 7, there would be a dot between those two. So that's 4, that's 7. Okay. And I think this works. Right, I'm better at this now than I was. 8, 6. This is a 1, 5, 9 triple. That's orange, that's blue. We've got 2, and this is 2 or 4. This cannot be 2. Oh no, it can be 2 or 4. That's okay. What's the other digit? 3. Right, this one can't be 3 because that would provide a red dot between those cells. So this is 3, that's 2 or 4. So we can just colour here, orange, blue, orange, and then we've got a, well, we've got a pair there, and this is 2 of each. That doesn't tell me which way around they go. Right, this is not allowed to be 7 or 9, and it also sees 3, so that's 1 or 5. This sees 2 and 4. It's not allowed to be 8, or there would be a red dot there. So that's 6. And then this can't be 5. It's such a weird constraint. It really is odd. Right, that's not allowed to be 3 because of the join to a consecutive digit on its right. 3, 5, 8, 1, 6, 7. By Sudoku, this is 2, 4, or 9. Okay, in this bottom row, we've only got 1 even for that group of 3, so that's going to have to go in the middle. So then we alternate down there. Orange is there, that's an 8. It's not allowed with the red dots to be next to 7 and 9, so they're going to go here. 6 cannot be next to 9 there, or there would be a red dot. It works the other way around. Gosh, still struggling around with this. This is a 1-3 pair. That is, well, I don't know. Well, it's not 2, actually, because of the red dot, so I do know a bit. That's not 8 or 6, that's 2 or 4. Okay, there's 1 blue there, so that's the 4th blue in the row. That's orange, that's blue, that's orange. This is the 4th blue in the box, and then we get this sequence of connected cells. We get their colours. This completes its row with an orange. And this is 2 or 4 by seeing 6 and 8. 2, 4, 8. One of those is an 8. These are 3 and 5, and I can write them in. Now, 3 is not allowed to touch 2 or 4 there. So we've got a 2-4 pair, we've got a 5-7 pair in these cells. This cannot be 5 because there are red dots on both sides and it would touch a 4 on one of them. That is a 5, and now that does touch 4 because there's no red dot there. It's so confusing. 6, but I'm getting it now. I am getting it now. I wasn't earlier when I claimed I was getting it, but I am now. Now, this is not allowed to be 9 because it would have a red dot with both the 4 and the 6. I mean, it's relatively straightforward once you get the idea. I think this puzzle was graded pretty hard from what I remember seeing on Logic Masters Germany. And I don't think it really is. It's just hard to get it in your head what it's doing. That's what I think is hard here. So one of those is blue and is the last blue in the column. So those are both orange. Then we can connect up cells to orange that are blue. This one is 2 or 4. That sees 6 and 4, so that's 2 or 8. We must know this on account of the column because that's one of each. So this is blue. So it's 2 or 4. Then I can colour around the rest of the sequence in the grid. This is a 6 by Sudoku. Now, these are not allowed to be 5 and 7 because of the red dots attaching to the 6. So that's 1 or 9. This one is 1 or 3. Don't know here. Do I know what that is? No, not quite. Right, let's have a look at this row. 6, 3, 5, 8. One of these two is 7. Oh, that's odd just on account of the row. And what is it? 1 or 7. So that's a 1-7 pair. This is a 9. It's the only place 9 can go in its row. That's not allowed to touch a consecutive digit, but it's not trying to. Oh no, this is a problem. 9-8's gone wrong. No, that is not a problem. That is fine. That's why they are allowed to be different colours and touch without an apple. Yes, so these two are consecutive because they're different colours and touch. And therefore, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 left in the column. So actually, that's a quad in the box. That is a 5. That's 8. That's 7. This is just Sudoku now. That's 5 by Sudoku, naked single. That's the kind of thing I like. This is now not allowed to be 4 because there is a red apple. And I honestly think Sudoku might start finishing the rest of the puzzle about at this point. I mean, I'm not going to ignore gifts, apple gifts like that one. 5 mustn't touch 4 through an apple. But I honestly also think that must be consecutive to avoid having an apple. Those are really good things to look for, is orange cells connected with blue where there is no apple, like that. Well, they are going to be consecutive. 1, 3, 9, 7, 8, 4. This is 2, 5, 6. I should be able to do it by thinking about the apple. I'm just going to do the Sudoku bit first. Now, these must not be consecutive, so that can't be a 2, because they would be 6 and 5 then. So there we go. 2 is even, so is 6. 5 is odd. And I'm using the wrong colours suddenly. There we go. 5 is odd. We've got all the evens in that column. Those are odd. We've only got 1 odd left for this run of 3. So we're filling in the digits. And I think we're going to fill in the rest of the puzzle. That's even. That is. Oh, no, 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 no. Something went wrong. Here, this cell is even to make the count right. And that's now odd. And that's now odd as well. Okay, this is a 7-9 pair that can be filled in. I saw something I could do. Maybe it was that, maybe it wasn't. We get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light proving its position. This is 8 and 2, and I'm sure these all work because we seem to be doing it right now. Now, there's one deadly pattern left on 1s and 3s. but there's no apple there, so 4 connects to 3. And there we go. It's not that hard. It's just a bit weird. 280 people in 230 days. That's testament. Maybe I misremembered that this was rated quite hard on Logic Masters Germany. It probably isn't, but it is a strange puzzle with a really strange constraint, and then in my mind an even stranger negative constraint. But it's good fun, and it's done, and that's what we're aiming for. Let's solve Sudoku every day. Let's make it fun. This is the point of the channel. If you don't like the harder, complex puzzles, come to the easier ones. We're posting 2 a day. I saw somebody complaining that the puzzle that we'd posted one evening was too hard. Well, we're posting 14 videos a week. Some of them aren't too hard. Give them a try. It's fun. Anyway, we'll see you again tomorrow. Catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.